So, folks, this truly is one of the craziest stories that I've heard in a while. When you think about Donald Trump and everything that he's done, and you want to talk about the distractions, that's something people says all the time. Well, they're trying to distract from something. What are they distracting from? And I don't necessarily think that they're distracting from anything. I think they're just doing it all at one time, and it's hard to stay focused on one thing when all these things are happening. But you do got to ask yourself, if all these things are happening and we're trying to play whack-a-mole with it and we're trying to figure out what's what, there does have to be a whole lot of things going on that we're not seeing. And that's the part that should really terrify you when you stop and think about, well, what's actually going on? What else is going on in this world? And what went on during Trump's first term that we never knew about? So this story is one of them. I can't believe that I'm reading this out loud in 2025, but here we are. This is from the New York Times. How a top secret SEAL Team 6 mission in North Korea fell apart. The 2019 operation that was greenlit by Donald Trump sought a strategic edge. It left unarmed North Koreans dead. Yeah, folks, this is a real story. A group of Navy SEALs emerged from the ink-black ocean on a winter night in early 2019 and crept to a rocky shore in North Korea. They were on a top-secret mission so complex and consequential that everything had to go exactly right. The objective was to plant an electronic device that would let the United States intercept the communication of North Korea's reclusive leader, Kim Jong-un, amid high-level nuclear talks with Donald Trump. The mission had the potential to provide the U.S. with a stream of valuable intelligence, but it meant putting American commandos on North Korean soil. A move that, if detected, not only could sink negotiations, but could also lead to a hostage crisis or escalating conflict with a nuclear-armed foe. It was so risky that it required the president's direct approval. Now, before I keep reading this, remember, he has immunity now from the Supreme Court. But this is when he didn't, and this is what he did. For the operation, the military chose SEAL Team 6 Red Squadron, the same unit that killed Osama bin Laden. The SEALs rehearsed for months, aware that every move needed to be perfect. But when they reached what they thought was a deserted shore that night, wearing black wetsuits and night vision goggles, the mission swiftly unraveled. A North Korean boat appeared out of the dark. Flashlights from the bow swept over the water. Fearing that they may have been spotted, the SEALs opened fire, and within seconds, everyone on the North Korean boat was dead. The SEALs returned into the sea without planting the listening device. 2019 operations has never been publicly acknowledged or even hinted at by the United States or North Korea. The details remain classified and are being reported here for the first time. The Trump administration did not notify key members of Congress who oversee intelligence operations before or after the mission. This tells you that this guy has never at any point had any respect for the way we do things, ever. He's always been about doing what he wants to do and not giving a damn who it affects. The lack of notification may have violated the law. I mean, when I read some of this stuff, sometimes I'm like, may have? What do you mean may have? Anyway, the White House declined to comment. This account is based on interviews with 24 people, including civilian government officials, members of the first Trump administration, and current and former military personnel with knowledge of the mission. All of them spoke on the condition of anonymity because the mission's classified status. Several of those people said they were discussing details about the mission because they were concerned that special operation failures are often hidden by government secrecy. If the public and policymakers become aware of only of high-profile successes, such as the raid that killed bin Laden in Pakistan, they may underestimate the extreme risk that American forces undertake. The military operation on North Korean soil, close to the American military bases in South Korea and the Pacific region, also risk setting off a broader conflict with a hostile, nuclear-armed, and highly militarized adversary. The New York Times proceeds cautiously when reporting on classified military operations. The Times has withheld some of the sensitive information on the North Korea mission that could affect future special operations and intelligence gathering missions. It's unclear how much North Korea was able to discover about the mission, but the SEAL operation in one chapter in a decades-long effort by the U.S. administrations to engage North Korea and constrain its nuclear weapons program. Almost nothing the United States has tried, neither promises of closer relations nor the pressure of sanctions has worked. In 2019, Mr. Trump, and I appreciate them for saying Mr. Trump, by the way, Mr. Trump was making a personalized overture for Mr. Kim in search of a breakthrough that has eluded prior presidents. But those talks collapsed and North Korea's nuclear program accelerated. The government estimates that North Korea now has roughly 50 nuclear weapons and missiles that can reach the West Coast. And Mr. Kim has pledged to keep expanding his nuclear program to deter what he calls U.S. provocations. So the SEAL mission was extended to fix a strategic blind spot. For years, U.S. intelligence agencies have found it nearly impossible to recruit human sources and tap communications in North Korea's authoritarian state. Gaining insight from Mr. Kim's thinking became a high priority when Mr. Trump took office. The North Korean leader seemed increasingly unpredictable and dangerous, and his relationship with Trump had lurched erratically between letters of friendship and public threats of nuclear war. In 2018, relations seemed to be moving toward peace. North Korea suspended nuclear and missile testing, and two countries opened negotiations, but the United States still had little insight into Mr. Kim's intentions. Amid uncertainty, U.S. intelligence agencies revealed to the White House that they had to fix the intelligence problem. A newly developed electronic device that could intercept Mr. Kim's communications. The catch was that someone had to sneak in and plant it. I mean, this truly is one of the craziest stories that I've read. And again, in any other era, this would absolutely end a president, but it won't end Donald Trump. As a matter of fact, his followers will just roll with it like they do everything else. But the job was given to SEAL Team 6 in 2018, the military officials said. Even for the Team 6, the mission would be extremely difficult. SEALs who were more used to quick raids in places like Afghanistan and Iraq would have to survive for hours in frigid seas, slip past security forces on land, perform a precise technical installation, and then get out undetected. But they didn't, and now here we are in 2025 covering this crazy story. And the bigger question to me becomes this for everyone that says, well, Brando, what are they trying to distract us from? I think the bigger question is, what are they not trying to distract us from? We have a president who does not give a damn about Congress. And we have a president who doesn't give a damn about the Senate or the Supreme Court or any judges, doesn't care about the rule of law at all. So he's going to go in and do whatever he wants to. And to me, the big question becomes, this is one story that we didn't know about. This is one crazy story. We had no idea that this happened. How many other stories are happening right now as we're sitting here talking about all the crazy stuff that's going on right here in this country, while we're talking about the National Guard on the streets, while we're talking about him covering up Epstein, while we're talking about the tariffs, while we're talking about everything else under the sun. What else is going on in this crazy world? And we have a president who did that when he didn't have immunity from the Supreme Court. He did that when he did, and people back then, they won't let him do that, Brando. Don't worry, buddy. I won't let him do that. Keep telling yourself that if it makes you feel better, but they do let him do that because he does not have no regard for the rule of law, the Constitution, or the way that we do things in the United States of America. He is truly the most unhinged and dangerous leader that we've ever seen. And I've been sitting around thinking about maybe over on Patreon doing like a top 10 of the most crooked politicians of all time. I almost feel like that he deserves the first 5 spots on his own because he's just that horrendous. But, yeah, what else has happened? What else has this guy done and got away with that we didn't know about? That, to me, is the bigger question now.